So I've been studying the intensive Japanese language course for about 8 weeks now, and I'd like to share my thoughts about it. We study 3 sessions a day, and each session lasts for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. So there's a total of 4 hours and a half of Japanese classes a day and 5 days a week. And we pretty much study everything inside of the Genki 1 3rd edition textbook. There's a total of 12 lessons in there, and we're now currently on the 11th lesson. And it takes about 3 to 4 days to go through each lesson, which is fast. And after that 3 to 4 days, you will have a check test. So you essentially have a test every 3 or 4 days or so. And for some reason, I'm always stressed about this check test, but I think it's normal since this course was designed to be intensive, therefore stressful. So as you can see in each lesson, there's about 50 new vocabulary, 3 to 4 grammar points, and about 15 new kanji characters, give or take. And to go through all of that in a matter of 3 days and then get tested on it, that's really hectic. Because especially since I have zero knowledge in Japanese to begin with, this is a completely new language for me. And the fact that I have to absorb that much in 3 days and then get tested on it and then move on to the next lesson right away, it's difficult. So every day I have to dedicate some time to self-study so that I can practice more on the vocab and the kanji so that I'll do well on the check test. So the check test lasts for about 20 minutes and the maximum score is 40 points. So there's technically 40 questions you have to go through. For example, maybe you have maybe you're given some hiragana and you have to write the kanji form of it. You have to fill in the blanks for vocabulary, and you have to do conjugation for grammar, and so forth. And usually I do quite well. My score is usually above 30 over 40, except the last test, which I've got like 22 over 40. But that check test was difficult for everyone. I think everybody's score dropped, so I guess it was fine. So yeah, so far I'm doing okay. I mean, because I've been studying for 8 weeks now, I sort of know how to study, how to prepare for each check test, how to time myself through the whole process. It's definitely time consuming because you have to spend a lot of time self-studying if you want to do well. And I kind of like it. I think I would have never imagined learning this much Japanese in such a short amount of time. And I think this course is excellent, although you have to keep in mind it can get pretty stressful. So here's how I study for the check test. So I usually start with vocabulary. So I write each new word for uh, 1 line or 2 lines depending on how much practice I think I need. And then I'd go to the Genki website and do the vocabulary Genki flashcards. And then I'll do the exact same thing for kanji. And then I'll read for the grammar points. I don't usually do grammar practice. I don't usually do extra grammar practice because there's a session in which, because for each lesson they dedicate 1 session to doing the workbook exercises, which essentially is practice for the grammar points already. You don't. Most of us don't actually do the workbook exercises in that session. We usually do it beforehand, and then and then when we do enter class, Sensei just checks our answers. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I wanted to make this video so maybe, I don't know, next year or two I can look back at myself and see how I was struggling. Well, I'm not so struggling now because I think everything has stabilized, although yeah, I'm always on my toes. I always have to study if I want to do well, but I guess that's just part of my life now, so I'm okay with it. Thanks for watching.